Autism is a complex development disability. It typically occurs during the first 3 years of life and affects a person's ability to communicate and interact with others. Autism is defined by a certain set of behaviors and is a spectrum disorder that affects individuals differently and to different degrees. In March 2012, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued their Autism Appearance Report. The report concluded that the appearance of autism had risen to 1 in every 88 births in the United States and almost 1 in every 54 boys. This information was found in Autism Society. Lifetime cost for caring for an autistic child. Currently, the Autism Society estimates that the lifetime cost for caring for a child with autism ranges from $3.5 million to $5 million. This includes research, insurance costs and non-covered expenses, Medicaid waivers for autism, educational spendings, housing, transportation, employment, in addition to related therapeutic services and caregiver costs. This is a list, so I could anything up. Signs a child may have autism: lack of delayed spoken speech, repetitive use of language, intermotor mannerisms. Examples are hand flapping and twirling objects. Little or no eye contact, lack of interest in peer relationships, lack of spontaneous or make-believe play, persistent fixation on parts of objects, does not babble or goo by 12 months, does not gesture, point, wave, or grasp by 12 months, does not say a single word by 16 months, does not say two-word phrases on his or her own by 24 months, and has any loss of language or social skill at any age. Why is autism an important part in our society? Autism is important because it creates a diversity among people. Although people with autism are different in some aspects, they are also extremely intelligent and capable of extraordinary things, such as hyperlexia. That means to be reading before anyone has ever taught them, and often at a very young age, and extreme memory recall. Many people have gone on to be successful. When in history, why did it happen then? The first case was Donald Triplett, who was born in September 1933. His mother noticed the symptoms almost immediately. At 2 years old, he was very intelligent, yet he preferred to be alone. He showed no affection to his parents and seemed to take no notice of what was going on around him. His parents placed him in a sanatorium when he was 3 years old for a year. The doctors claimed his brain was overstimulated or very active and needed a quiet environment, but his state only seemed to become more withdrawn in a way in his own world. The first case of autism happened because his parents were drinking alcohol. Environmental factors. Research indicates other factors besides the genetics increasing the occurrence of autism, such as environmental toxins. Examples are heavy metals such as mercury, which have more periods in our environment than in the past. Those with autism, or those at risk, may be especially vulnerable. Challenges a parent with an autistic child may experience: stress. There's physical stress from carpools, preparing meals, bathing, homework, shopping, and so on. This is compounded by such stressors as parent-child conflicts, not having enough time to complete responsibilities, and certain dealing with child's well-being. When a family has a child on the autism spectrum, unique or different stressors are added. An individual with autism may not express their basic wants and needs in the manner we would expect. Therefore, parents are left playing a guessing game. The child's frustration can lead to aggressive or self-aggressive behaviors or threaten his or her safety or the safety of another family member. An example is siblings. Different behaviors concern a parent since they appear unusual and infer with functioning and learning. Interfere. If a child has difficult and social skills, such as a lack of appropriate play, stress may be increased for the family. Individuals lacking appropriate skills often require constant structure. Sources for stress for siblings. embarrassment around friends, jealousy dealing with the amount of time parents spend with their brother or sister, frustration over not being able to talk or get a response from their brother or sister, being a target for aggressive behaviors, trying to make up their defects of their sister or brother, concern regarding their parents' stress or grief, and concern over their role in future caregiving. Any questions?
I'm just wondering, if you don't, I was wondering, did you cut and paste this a lot? Or,
I
I
actually
originally,
changed a lot of the words in this. It's just autism is so complicated that if you don't use the right, if you don't use the right words like spectrum disorder, then somebody might not understand it as much, or the point might not get across.
And if you notice at the bottom of each of her slides, did anybody notice?
Yeah.
She was crediting her sources. So go back a little bit, because I do want them to see that. I like that a lot. So, because I heard the same thing as you. So there's bibliography there. Keep going.